One of the most powerful features of CCLims is its ability to keep track of what's growing in your incubators. CCLims keeps track of your cell lines, growing conditions, and much more. CCLims then uses all of this information to help you prepare your work from one day to the next. Here we'll demonstrate how to teach CCLims what's growing in your incubator right now. This is a great way to start teaching CCLims all about the cell lines your laboratory uses. Let's begin by logging in. Then we'll navigate to the Incubator Transactions area. CCLims is showing us all of the transactions for groups of cells growing in our incubators. Since we're just using CCLims for the first time, the growing list is empty. We'll start making transactions by pushing the button, Make New Transaction. CCLims is now asking us for information about our first group of cells. Let's look at the donor. Because we're adding cells for the first time, CCLims doesn't know the donor, so we'll enter it here. Later, CCLims will maintain donor lineage for each cell line through subcultures automatically. This is probably a good time to point out that within the laboratory's global preferences, you can specify the next cell culture number. So if your laboratory is already up to cell culture number 10,000, you can start CCLims off at 10,001. The cell culture number is 0 because CCLims will set this for us automatically when we save the record. We'll leave the donor at 0 for now. Today's date is already filled in for us. We'll set the passage count at 20. And since the cells are growing, we'll change their status to growing. The cell line are the same line of HeLa cells that we froze yesterday. Likewise with the medium. And the ID lot of the medium is 101. Our vessel is a T75. CCLims hasn't seen a T75 in this laboratory yet, so we'll add it to its list of vessels. And we have 4 growing in the incubator. We previously created subculture protocols at 1 to 10, so we'll select that and add that to this transaction. And when we're done, we'll click Save. And that's all it takes to teach CCLims about a group of cells growing in your incubator. Let's add another group of cells to CCLims. We'll return back to the main list. We'll click Make a New Transaction. We'll set the passage count at 5. We'll set the status to growing. We'll set the cell line to the cell line we used yesterday. Say medium. We'll use the same lot of medium. And these are growing in 100 millimeter plates. We'll teach CCLims about these. And we have 2 of these growing. We did a 1 to 10 dilution for these. And we'll save. We'll return back to the main list. And we see within our growing list, we have our cell lines, HeLa and 3T3, growing with the proper quantity and vessel, all saved within CCLims.